away and the winds in the northwest. For most of us, there was always a pretty good chance that most of the country, most of the time, would see some decent long sunny spells, and that's been the way of it for much of the afternoon. But that northwesterly breeze is rather short-lived, where the winds are going to fall back into the west and the southwest. Not very much of them, I have to say, over the next 24 to 36 hours. And that eventually is going to bring in a fair amount of cloud and moisture from this long sea track from the Atlantic, pushing cloud and bands and bits and pieces of rain up and across the British Isles, as I say, within the next 36 hours. We see the first of those tonight, gradually working its way in towards the Western Isles, bits and pieces of rain there initially, and then that eventually working its way in across much of northern and western Scotland. But further south, the skies will stay clearer for just that little bit longer, and it could be quite a cool night. Certainly one of the chilliest we've seen for quite some time. So for the start of Sunday, I think a fairly cloudy prospect for much of Scotland and Northern Ireland. The rainfall likely to be at its heaviest across the western side of Scotland down into the western side of Northern Ireland. Further south, though, the cloud thinning and eventually quite a bright start to the day across many central and southern areas of the British Isles. As we move on through the afternoon, that band of cloud and rain will seep its way down towards the border region, but this little wave will tend to pep up the rainfall activity initially across the western side of Ireland, and then as the afternoon progresses, it'll push up towards the western side of Scotland too. By that stage, there'll be enough cloud across northern parts of Britain for a little bit more in the way of rain.